with Dave Frankel, Rick Williams, and Monica Malpass.
Good afternoon, and Rick Williams is off today. Rob Jennings joins us this noon. In the news, the big story is the Delaware Valley digging out after a 1-2 punch from Mother Nature. The marathon ice and snowstorm has wreaked havoc on travel. We'll take you live to Philadelphia International Airport, where the flight situation is a mess. U.S. Air is all but shut down.
And we'll show you how Delaware Valley motorists survived a treacherous morning on area roadways. We begin our coverage, though, with Dave Frankel, who's live on City Avenue, where he has been since 5 this morning. Dave, what's happening now, and will we have a white Christmas?
Well, it definitely looks like a white Christmas, Rob, because cold weather is going to stay in place, and we've got plenty of snow cover on the ground, so that part we're pretty sure about. This is, I'll tell you, like the guest that wouldn't leave this storm, very stubbornly hanging on, and right now blowing some snow our way. It just doesn't seem to want to turn off. Let's talk about it. Let's show you what's going to happen here. First of all, we want to show you the radar picture, and you can see we're on the back edge of this thing, but we've been on the back edge of this thing since about 5 o'clock this morning. I'll show you what I mean. Watch. We're going to set this in motion, and you'll see what's been happening all during the morning hours. It looks like it's moving away. It looks like it's over, but it keeps filling in and filling in and filling in, and the back edge doesn't seem to want to move. It's sort of swirling in place. We'll zoom in a little bit for you and show you the close-up view on Action Radar, and what you'll see here is there it is. A lot of us are seeing something, and not out to the west and not way down to the south, but up in the Lehigh Valley. Allentown has it, Trenton has it, Philadelphia and Wilmington have it, Atlantic City, all picking up some leftover light snow, as we have been all morning long. Now, here are the accumulations as of earlier this morning. Philadelphia just under 3 inches officially, Wilmington at 3 inches, Mount Holly, New Jersey 3.5, 5.5 in Valley Forge National Park, and Percy in Bucks County 13 inches of snow. So Percy picked up a bunch. A few areas did pick up over a foot. Most of us saw just a few inches. Well, what's going to happen later on? Here we go. This afternoon, it's going to be light snow ending, windy and cold 26 with wind chill 0 to minus 15 degrees. That's 15 below. And then tonight, it looks like it's going to stay windy. It's going to be frigid, some leftover flurries, 20 degrees the overnight low, and wind chills stay below 0. So once this snow ends, we've got plenty of cold weather to deal with, and it will bring us and keep us white this Christmas. Rob and Monica?
All right, thank you, David. And the biggest travel problems right now are at Philadelphia International Airport. That's where U.S. Air, the airport's biggest carrier, is all but shut down. This is a live picture from Sky 6 this noon. Now, more than half the flights were canceled yesterday, but today it's a bigger problem. The plane that you see in the middle of your screen is a U.S. Air jet. It has been grounded for a couple of hours. It's not going anywhere for a while. That's because all morning U.S. Air has been de-icing its aircraft, and now they are nearly out of de-icing fluid. They have canceled all flights coming into the airport so they can try to get more fluid, de-ice the planes that are already here, and get those out. Quite a log jam, and as you can imagine, it is a mess inside the entire airport terminal. Let's go live to Action News reporter John Rollins for the story. John.
Hi, Monica. I am at the U.S. Air ticket counter right now, and you can take a look. There is just a mob of people here. There's certainly hundreds of people trying to figure out whether they're going to be able to fly out of Philadelphia on U.S. Air today. As you said, U.S. Air is not moving very well. We figured out that there's some connecting flights are actually going through Philadelphia, picking up some passengers and taking off. But there have been very few originating flights out of Philadelphia today. It appears that sometime around 8:30 this morning, some of the loaded airplanes actually taxied away from the gates here, were ready to take off, and then they returned them and brought everybody back and basically said, sorry, we can't fly. The reason is we just don't have enough de-icing fluid.
And we are critically low on de-icing fluid due to the fact that last night, trying to depart all the aircraft, we used up our pretty much all of our inventory. It's been very difficult this morning trying to get trucks here with additional fluid.
The bottom line is U.S. Air is just about at a standstill and will be until sufficient de-icer arrives. The problem for U.S. Air crews and passengers and just about everyone else began yesterday when weather crippled the air traffic system. For many, it meant a long night overnight at the airport, when more than half of the 1,200 daily flights from Philadelphia were canceled. Jan Bray from Medford, New Jersey, is trying to get to Indianapolis to spend Christmas with her children.
I don't mind the wait. It was how they did it, you know. Just cancel the flight. Don't keep saying it's delayed, and then the last minute, 10:45, say they have a legal crew, and at midnight say, no, we don't have a legal crew, and then you can't get a room anywhere. So So I've been here since 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon.
By 7 a.m. this morning, the airport was like a zoo, and it has not gotten any better. There are long lines with people still waiting for an encouraging word. Sandra Shapiro of Cherry Hill was taking it all in stride.
We don't mind. As long as we get there safe, that's the important thing.
Okay, you're looking at some live pictures of some of the hundreds of U.S. Air passengers here waiting to get word as to when they're going to fly out of here. At this point, U.S. Air says their goal, now this is their goal, is to get one flight an hour originated out of Philadelphia today with the de-icing situation as it is. That is compared to about 10 to 15 an hour this time of day that leave Philadelphia. All this creates an additional problem if you're waiting for someone who should be flying into Philadelphia. Many of those flights, in fact, we're told almost all of those flights have been diverted. All the flights into Philadelphia on U.S. Air today have been diverted to either Pittsburgh or Baltimore, and they probably won't be returning to Philadelphia or heading into Philadelphia until 4 or 5 o'clock today. So I guess the bottom line in all this is if you have to pick someone up here in the airport who's coming in on U.S. Air, or if you're booked on a flight to leave on U.S. Air anytime today, you better give a call to U.S. Air before you come down here because it's very, very crowded and, frankly, not much is moving. I'm John Rollins, live on the action cam at the airport.
Thank you, John. And there is more just in. Within the past hour, a Tower Air 747 jumbo jet skidded off the runway during takeoff at New York's Kennedy Airport. There are no immediate reports of injuries. 400 people on board. The jet's nose wheel collapsed during that incident.
Well, some road travel and transit is tied in knots in parts of the Delaware Valley this noon, courtesy Mother Nature. For example, we have this late news into Action News. A tractor-trailer jackknifed on I-95 southbound near Woodhaven Road in northeast Philadelphia. The lanes were blocked, but they are now clear. As for SEPTA, the Route 35 bus to Roxborough is not running today. You should take Route 9 instead. Also, the routes 95, 111, 114, 116, 117, 118, and 120 have all been rerouted. No express service on the Route 100 today, and paratransit is only taking medical and work trips today. Now, if you have any questions about any of this for SEPTA, you can call 215-580-7800.
Well, the city of Philadelphia has lifted its snow emergency, which means drivers can once again park along major roadways. The snowplows were out early this morning in Center City, clearing away snow and ice from the streets in front of City Hall. In neighborhoods across the city, residents woke up early to tackle the layers of ice on their cars.
I'm not accustomed to all the snow.
Where are you from?
Trinidad,
she said. From scraping cars to shoveling, lots of people probably wish they were in Trinidad or someplace else warm. The city did not get as much accumulation as expected, but the dangerous combination of ice and snow meant drivers had to really take it easy on roads this morning. Action News reporter Anita Brickman has the story from northeast Philadelphia and the adjacent suburbs. She's live on Roosevelt Boulevard. Anita?
Hello, Rob. The wind is definitely whipping here in the northeast. We're at the Boulevard and Ron Street. Traffic traveling very, very well at this time and quite frankly had very few problems throughout the morning. We did have some nasty blowing flurries to contend with earlier in the day. Those have also let up, but snow did accumulate in varying amounts in both the northern suburbs and inside the city. Of all the places our action cam roamed today, folks in Bucks and Montgomery counties seem to have gotten the most snow, though many people and their pets went about their daily routines. In northeast Philadelphia, the smaller side streets remained unplowed for most of the morning, but Roosevelt Boulevard was cleared early on and the rush hour seemed to go smoothly. Traffic was much lighter than usual. Many commuters got to the bus stop early just in case.
As soon as I looked outside, you could see it was still kind of messy. Turned on Dave Frankel. He said it was going to be a mess. You could see the 28's kind of crawling over there, so I figured it was going to be a long morning.
I thought it would be very difficult, but my routine's about the same as it usually is. Only I'm not driving this morning. I'm taking the bus.
The storm did disrupt the routine of the Girth family. They have a son who's a college student in Poughkeepsie, New York.
Due to the weather, they had 18 inches of snow up there. The final was canceled, so now we have to wait till tomorrow because he has to take his final tomorrow, and then my husband can go bring him home for the holidays.
And of course, many schools stayed closed in the Delaware Valley as well.
Called it off at 5:13 or something like that.
So you know the exact minute they called it off? Yeah? Now, Danny told us he plans to play some hockey with some of his friends today. Perfect weather for that, but let's hope they bundle up. I'm Anita Brickman, live on the Action Cam.
All right, thank you, Anita. In the suburbs, as Anita mentioned, the snowfall amounts are a little heavier, so the job this morning has been a little bigger. Drivers preparing to head to work found a good inch of ice on their windshields left from yesterday's sleet. And on top of that, of course, snow ranging from 4 to 6 inches fell to complicate everything. Although most businesses are open today, many schools, including Philadelphia Public and Parochial, decided to give students the day off. For more now on the situation in the suburbs, we have 2 reports for you from both sides of the Delaware. Cecily Tynan is in Plymouth Meeting, Joe Torres in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. First, let's start with Cecily.
Well, Monica, here the snow is still flying in Plymouth Meeting, very cold as well. The good news is the main roads for the most part are clear of snow, still a little slick here and there, but about 6 hours getting around anywhere in the northwest meant a good amount of slipping and sliding. For many commuters, getting to work this morning was literally an uphill battle. Sean Webb and Chris Pastor of Fishtown found traveling up this hill in Germantown Pike meant nearly 10 minutes of sliding and holding up traffic.
No, it's all right. Just got to get up this hill, that's all.
Okay.
Get to work.
With an overnight coating of sleet and snow, even filling up the gas tank became an exercise in frustration.
It took about 10 minutes. I thought I had to break it off. It was, it just was frozen. So finally got it, and I have to head west.
Salesman Cecil Bean of Norristown makes his living on the road, and he admits calling in sick this morning was tempting.
Well, we always think about that, but sometimes you can't do it. So we go out and do what we can.
And for plow truck operator Tom Augustine, that means working nearly around the clock.
Dollars falling from the sky.
So you enjoy this then?
Yes, very much.
But other motorists who don't enjoy driving sideways are wishing we could skip straight from this stormy fall into spring.
Well, yesterday I slid across the median into the other lanes, but luckily there wasn't anything coming.
We're back live now, and I think a lot of motorists from the Northwest have similar stories from driving. I know I do from this morning. The good situation, though, now is that the roads, for the most part, the main roads are clear. The secondary roads still a little messy, but it is cold out here with the wind chill. It means you really want to bundle up. Any part of your body that is exposed, like your face, is hurting right now. I'm Cecily Tynan reporting live in the Action Cam from Plymouth Meeting.
Thanks, Cecily. Now let's check in with Joe Torres, who's been making the rounds in South Jersey. Joe?
Good afternoon to you, Rob. Rob, we've been up since 3 o'clock this morning without any question. Right now, it is the coldest it has been all day. The wind has really picked up. It is painful to be outside, and with these blustery conditions and the icy roads that remain, folks here in Cherry Hill and the surrounding areas will just have to make the best of a wintry situation. Today's snowstorm meant work for some, play for others. Larry DeChico of Cherry Hill literally had a ball on the front lawn with his 3-year-old golden retriever, Cody.
This is our favorite activity, playing ball in the snow.
She likes that?
She loves it.
So how long you been out here? How much longer are you going to stay?
Not too much. I got some hot chocolate waiting for me inside.
Across the street, Al Baldiga broke out the heavy machinery to help dig out from all the snow. But the combination of yesterday's freezing rain and today's downfall proved too tough for even his snowblower.
The top's all right, but the bottom you can't. It's all icy underneath. You can't take the whole thing off.
Snowplow operators were among the first people working this morning. In fact, some got started late last night. Rich Cameron has been behind the wheel of his truck since just before midnight.
We were doing apartment complexes in Medford.
How many you done?
One huge one.
And the folks who are not laughing right now is the folks here at the Cherry Hill Mall, the merchants inside. The cold weather apparently keeping some of the holiday shoppers away. It is as quiet as I've ever seen just 5 days before Christmas. It'll be interesting to see the way things play out. A lot of folks are out of school and obviously not at work. Will they come holiday shopping? Time will tell. I'm Joe Torres live in the Action Cam, Cherry Hill.
Yes, it will, Joe. For the New Jersey shore, this nor'easter storm brought a different kind of problem. Let's take a look at a live picture from Sky 6, Atlantic City. The New Jersey coast suffered beach erosion, but this morning, tidal flooding was also a major concern. A number of highways have been closed. Long Beach Island also reported some flooding this morning. A coastal flood warning remains in effect.
In Delaware, the snowfall totaled less than 3 inches in most parts. Flurries were still reported there about an hour ago, and Wilmington schools closed. Some youngsters earned holiday cash on their day off by shoveling sidewalks and driveways this morning. Of course, city plow and salt trucks have been out at it since yesterday, keeping highways relatively clear for the morning commute. DelDOT says all major roads are in pretty good shape by now. Thousands of people in the Garden State spent this morning without power thanks to the weather. As many as 4,200 customers lost electricity in Vineland, New Jersey this morning. That number is now down to just 300 for all of Cumberland County.
And the big storm left a trail of white all the way up the East Coast into New England. The farther north you go, the more snow. People in the Allentown area are digging out from almost 10 inches of snow. Travelers are experiencing long delays at the airports. This scene in Newark, New Jersey is typical of the travel problems caused by the weather. The storm has already dumped 14 inches of snow in the Boston area, and it's still snowing up there. New England could get 20 inches of snow before it's all over, Monica.
All right, much more to come on Action News this noon. A runaway boat.
Do is look at first of all what's happening over the Northeast, and let's check out our big winter storm there. Some spots anywhere between 12 to about 20 inches of snowfall. It is still coming down. Slow moving storm system right here beginning to chug its way on northward. Looking at some bands of heavier snow again over eastern New York State. Looks like the big deal now for the next 24 hours is going to be a continuation of more light snow, strong north and northwesterly winds, and lots of blowing and drifting of snowfall as well. How much snow has fallen during the last 24? We'll check it out for you right now. The big snows yesterday were across Ohio, Indiana, all the way from Indianapolis to around Columbus. Then things is now, and around New York City, the Big Apple, 13 inches of snowfall. And again, they're looking at some more snow, and anywhere between 10 and